Jake and or Cleric, probably just Jake and Cleric. I can't imagine anybody else who would be watching my dinky ass little videos, but hello, and anyone else who just randomly happens to be watching my stupid dumbass videos. Welcome, and I'm playing Dead by Daylight. So Dead by Daylight is an interesting little game. It's got a lot of really cool things about it. It's a very deeply flawed game, and depending on the quality of play of your survivors, most games will be a steamroll one way or the other. If your survivor play is very, very good, the survivors have a massive fuck you advantage over the killer. And if you have a very, very bad showing from your survivors and the killer gets a leg up early, it can be a really bad snowball effect. It can just be super quick downhill, you're screwed. So very, very few games, at least in my experience. I am very, very new. I'm very new to this game. I am not very good. So take that in mind. I'm not very good at this game. I am definitely not an expert. I should not be compared to the other people that are experts, but in my opinion and in my experience so far, there are a ton of games that are an absolute fucking steamroll. They are just a complete shit show one way or the other, and it typically comes down to how completely and utterly incompetent the survivors are. If the killer gets a very, very early hook or a very, very early kill, it is typically very, very difficult to overcome that. And on the flip side, if survivors are on point, killer has almost no chance. The killer is incredibly easy to steamroll and absolutely fuck over with a decent and coordinated survivor team. So, anyway, so here's how it works. I'm going to go through a little bit. I've been having some problems with my mic. It's been really scratchy. I mean, you know how my mic is very bad quality. But let me just give you an intro right here. So we have a bunch of different survivors. These are the survivors that I have. You start out with a few of them, and actually you start out with all of these, don't you? Yeah. You start out with 8, and then Kate comes with the clown. Detective Tapp comes with Amanda. We've got Quentin, who comes with Freddy, and we've got Laurie Strode, who comes with Mike Myers. I definitely want to get Laurie Strode, and I'm working up iridescent shards right here to buy the clown and get Kate along with that. We do not have Adam yet on the console. He comes along with the Spirit. Adam is super effing cool. I love him. He's got a freaking trench coat, and he's awesome. And the Spirit is also super cool. And I can't wait for that to come to the PlayStation, because I'm definitely going to get them. But I want to get Laurie, and I want to get Kate. Yeah, Kate I can buy with shards. I just got to work them up. And then Laurie I'm going to have to pay money for. And then I also kind of want Detective Tapp, but if I have to pay money to get the Spirit, I'm going to go with that first. Freddy is kind of interesting. I don't care about Quentin at all. I don't like him. But Freddy is kind of interesting. He's supposed to be the worst, but I can't play against him to save my life. I think he's kind of OP because he has infinite vision on characters that are asleep. And I think that's bullshit. That's like having barbecue and chili, another perk in the game. It's like having that active all the time. And I don't understand how that can possibly not be broken as all fucking shit. So anyway, there's my rant. Loadouts, you got different perks. So here's the way that I have her set up right now. Now, the game will heavily incentivize you to power level 1 character. I don't do that. So I'm ranked 12, so that's not great. That's not terrible. That's about me as a player. I'm not great, but I'm not usually super terrible. Sometimes I am. But rank 12, you know, decent, but not impressive by any stretch. So with Claudette, so what's going to happen is most of the time the game's going to try to pair me with killers that are around rank 12. That means if I had taken all of my blood points and I had dumped them all into one character, I'd have Claudette at like level 48 or something ridiculous by now, rather than having a bunch of characters all spread out. That would mean that I would have better perks than I would have better than level 2, level 2, level 2, and level 1 perks. But because I did not do that, I'm at a disadvantage. I have more versatility, but I'm going to be less effective against the rank 12 killers that are power leveling one character. And right now, I'm actually saving up all of my points to try to get the Hag up to level 35 to teach her one of her unlockable perks to all the other killers. So, you've got the perks. So with my Claudette right now, I just kind of have, I don't have any any like actual cohesive builds. I'm just kind of using whatever I have access to. Self-care, she can heal herself without a med kit. Normally you have to either have a med kit or get an ally to heal you. Unbreakable, you can be down on the ground bleeding out and you can get yourself out of the dying state. This is pretty rare. Killers have to like walk away from you while you're down. Normally they pick you up and put you on a hook. But every once in a while, it will be advantageous for the killer to leave you bleeding on the ground, and in those cases, Unbreakable allows me to come out of dying state, and then with self-care, I can actually heal myself all by myself. I can heal myself back up to full, if they happen to leave me alone and let me crawl away. Now, I have Bond on that lets me see my allies if they are close to me. Empathy is better, but I only have one rank in Empathy. Once you get Empathy to rank 3, it's infinite range, but Empathy only applies to injured or dying allies, whereas Bond is anybody, any ally. So I currently have Bond on because there's only an 8-meter difference between the two. Once I get Empathy up to max, I will put that on because with Claudette, well, Claudette is her real name. I just say Claudette sometimes because I'm dumb. But with Claudette, that will allow me to heal allies more effectively. And then lightweight makes whenever you sprint in the environment, you leave scratches on anything that you run past, and the killer can use those to track you. This makes them disappear slightly faster. As you can see, level 1 perk, level 2 perk, level 2 perk, 2 perk. That's not really that great. So I'm only level 20, but like I said, I'm saving up my blood points for killers. I'm much better with killers. I am not very good with survivors, but that's how that works. So, yeah, so this is player level. That applies to all your characters, and that's how you get iridescent shards. Whenever you complete matches, depending on how well you do and all the different things you do, you get blood points. That's your character level. I'm going to be dumping these points into the hag, and then your rank determines what sort of opponents typically you will play against. So the game, like I said, it heavily incentivizes you to power level 1 character, but I love versatility. That's why I have all these different characters leveled up. Here's your blood web. This is how you level up. You can only unlock something that is adjacent to either the blood center or something you've already unlocked. So I can only unlock this, this, or this. Also, once you get to at least level 10, the entities start showing up and eating perks on your blood web. Let me swap to Nia because she has a good example. So, oh, nope, blood web. Alright, so I went for this perk right here, Borrowed Time. It helps you pick people off of hooks more effectively. And as soon as I took that perk, the entity ate the other perk. That happens. That's the game's programmed pretty much to work that way. If you take the perk, then the other perk on the blood web past level 10 is going to get eaten by the entity. And as I take things, the entity is going to keep creeping and eating things and whatever. So that's how the blood web works. And then you have customization where you can, like, you know, change appearance and this and that. And hooray! It's all very awesome. Then you've got killers and you've got the store. Here's one thing you can spend your iridescent shards on is the Shrine of Secrets. So you can unlock these perks. I unlocked our Object of Obsession because I don't have Lori. So this means that Object of Obsession perk can show up on any of my survivors, and I didn't have to get Lori, and I didn't have to level her up to do it. I have a couple other perks like the Bond perk, which you saw just a second ago on no, that's not what I want. The Bond perk, which you saw just a second ago on Claudette. I bought that from the Shrine of Secrets. That's actually a Dwight perk. That's how she got this one. So that's how this works, and we are going to be playing a game here in a second, but a game with the survivors. Again, I'm not very good, but I'll be explaining basically how it works and be trying to survive. Thank you.